Pretty Little Stories for Kids.
The Blue Pebble and Jack's Adventure of Secrets. Once upon a time, in a village where the forest met the sea, lived a child named Jack, who loved the sea as much as his own name suggested. Since he was very young, Jack would spend hours on the beach, listening to the sound of the waves and observing the little sea creatures hidden among the rocks. One day, as he was walking along the shore, he noticed a shining blue pebble. When he picked it up, he saw that it glowed as if it held a tiny star in his palm. Just then, he heard a voice. When he turned around, an old and wise sailor was smiling at him.
"Hello, child,"
said the sailor, his gaze fixed on the pebble in Jack's hand.
"What you found is not an ordinary pebble."
Jack looked at him in surprise.
"What is this stone?"
he asked, curious.
"This is a blue pebble that holds the spirit of the sea,"
said the sailor.
"The moment you picked it up, you gained the power to understand the language of the sea. This pebble is both a secret and a key that opens doors to adventures for the brave."
These words made Jack even more excited. The sailor told him about the Blue Island, where ancient sea creatures held the secrets of the sea. Jack decided to journey there, and at dawn, he prepared his small boat and set sail. With the blue pebble glowing in his hand, his boat glided smoothly over the waves. After sailing through the night, he finally reached the misty shores of the Blue Island. The first encounter and Aiden. As Jack explored the island, he noticed a group of sea creatures approaching him from the water. Each of them had scales and tails that shimmered in different colors. One of them, wearing a robe adorned with silver scales and with long seaweed green hair, swam toward him. This was Aiden, the leader of the sea creatures.
"Hello, brave child,"
said Aiden in a soft, melodic voice.
"Since you found the blue pebble, you have earned the right to come here. Since you can understand us, you are ready to uncover the secrets of the Great Blue Island."
Jack was thrilled to hear Aiden's words and nodded his head. Aiden began to swim ahead, leading Jack to the island's secret world. Under the water were vibrant coral, shining fish, and tiny shells hidden among the rocks. It was a place more beautiful and enchanting than Jack had ever seen. The first challenge, the cave of the giant clam and sea stars. After some time, Aiden led Jack to a massive cave guarded by a giant clam.
"To enter, you must complete a task,"
he said. Standing before the cave, the clam had eyes that shone like jewels. The clam turned to Jack and said,
"I am the guardian of this cave. To enter, you must tell me one of the ocean's deepest secrets."
After thinking for a moment, Jack replied,
"One of the sea's secrets is how the stars are reflected on its surface at night. The sea carries the stars throughout the night and returns them to the sky at dawn."
The clam was pleased with this answer and opened its shell to reveal the entrance. Inside the cave was a pool filled with glowing sea stars. Jack noticed that these stars emitted a special light, and as he brought his blue pebble closer, the stars glowed even brighter. He gently picked up one of the sea stars, placing it beside him. Aiden explained that the sea stars were the most sacred symbol of the Great Blue Island, and by taking one, he had gained the island's power. The second challenge, meeting the moonlight. King Aiden led Jack to another cave, home to a giant sea serpent known as the Moonlight King. The king was long and slender, covered in mesmerizing scales. When he saw Jack, he said,
"If you wish to pass, I will ask you a riddle."
The Moonlight King asked him,
"I glide down from the night sky, but you can never catch me with your hands. I follow the moon and speak with the stars. What am I?"
After thinking for a moment, Jack exclaimed excitedly,
"You are the lighthouse."
The Moonlight King was pleased with this answer and slowly moved his massive body aside, allowing Jack to pass. Inside the cave, Jack found a pearl necklace, said to carry all the beauty and secrets of the Great Blue Island. He took the necklace and continued on his journey with Aiden. The third challenge, the giant turtle of the stormy sea. Jack and Aiden continued westward until they reached the shores of a stormy sea, where a giant turtle lived among the crashing waves. This turtle was the oldest and wisest being on the island. The turtle turned to Jack and said,
"If you want to learn the wisdom of the seas here, you must prove a truth to me."
Jack thought for a moment before explaining the connection between humans and the sea.
We humans take what the sea gives us, but we must never forget that the sea expects respect from us. The sea is alive, just as we are. We must protect and watch over it.
The turtle was moved by Jack's wise words and showed him the path to the heart of the Great Blue Island. The final adventure, the Great Temple of Friendship and the Key. Reaching the deepest part of the Blue Island, Jack finally arrived at the Temple of Friendship. A large stone door stood at the entrance, with a keyhole at its center. Jack placed the pearl necklace, the sea star, and the wisdom symbol given by the Moonlight King into the keyhole. The door slowly opened, and inside the temple, he saw paintings on the walls of humans and sea creatures holding hands. This temple housed an ancient agreement reminding humans and sea creatures to live together in harmony. Taking this friendship treaty with him, Aiden turned to Jack and said,
When you bring this treaty back to your village, the bond between humans and sea creatures will be everlasting.
Jack carefully protected the ancient treaty and returned to his village. When the villagers heard of his adventures, they honored the treaty and understood the importance of friendship with the sea. From that day forward, there was never any conflict between the villagers and the sea creatures. As for Jack, he kept the blue pebble in his pocket for the rest of his life, visiting the shore each day to remember his great adventure. He became a true friend of the sea, safeguarding its secrets and always feeling the privilege of understanding the language of the ocean deep within his heart. And so, Jack's great adventure became a legacy of friendship that reached into eternity.